This is a Wild Games Production podcast.
Everybody, we are live for the Classic FASERIP podcast. This is issue number 7, and those that are on us on the YouTube, yeah, we'll see that there is myself, there is Matt.
Hello, everyone.
And there's Nick.
Hello, everybody.
Wow. We sincerely apologize to anyone out there that he is offended by his comments. Nick is drunk. Yes.
I am not drunk.
He's seeking recovery after the show per Wild Games Productions.
He's been found in violation of the WGP wellness policy.
We're still using that?
Where's,
How many have I violated already?
where's that GM sound when you need it?
I've been so violated. Oh, yeah, the link works, by the way. It's just delayed, so it's a little weird, so I had to stop it.
Oh, yeah, just make sure that you don't turn the sound on, otherwise you'll hear the reverb.
Yes.
Okay, see.
You'll hit a live stream loop at that point, and yeah, chaos.
Isn't that like dividing by zero?
Kind of.
Okay, turning, muting. There we go. Makes sense now. Okay.
Anyway,
right.
So if you're joining us on YouTube, thank you. If not, then you're listening to this via our audio podcast, and you won't get some of the references, but we will be doing this every 2 weeks on a Wednesday. We'll be going live via YouTube and recording it. Well, I'm actually just going to rip the audio from this, but, it's easier to do it that way. And put it on our audio feed. So, without further ado, we probably should get on with the program, because people want to hear what they want to hear. And
Yep.
they want to hear about Classic FASERIP Marvel, what they came here for. Yay!
Yay.
They didn't come here for me?
No, drunk.
No.
They did not. He's all sad.
Sorry, your milkshake did not bring all the nerds to the yard.
Wow. Anyway, this week we're going to talk about gadgets. Gadgets. Building gadgets, and maybe we're going to just do like an example of how you build a gadget. First, let's take a look at our sources for what building gadgetry we can do. Now, if you flip to the Advanced Player's Book in Revised, I believe it's page 65, has a set of rules there how to make gadgets. There's also page 14 of the Judge's Book. That also goes a little bit about more rules on creating gadgets. Matt being attacked by cats, apparently.
That's his gadget.
That's his gadget.
Yes.
Go,
That was my autonomous cat.
Go cat.
The autonomous cat.
Anyway, so there also you want to reference page 17 of the Advanced Player's Book, which is material strengths. That'll come in handy along the way because you're going to need that when building the material you need. Also, page 66 has the range ranks in the Player's Book. That's also another good reference.
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, go ahead, Nick.
I'm sorry. Would the Ultimate Powers book maybe be useful as well for some of this stuff?
Only if you want to reference an item that might be in there, but I would suggest just sticking with the core books because it does it's kind of confusing and not so confusing once you listen to it and do it a few times on your own.
Right. Okay. Just asking. Okay.
So if you want to build something, you might want to look for something that is similar to the item you're building as a basis, because you need the applicable ranks or the applicable stats. Like if you're building a gun, for example, which I'll use the example I made for my campaign. I made the red goo gun, which is shut up, Nick. Which is yeah. Which one of the villains in the game used, and the players found it, so they're going to be using it for their characters. The red goo gun. So what you need for a gun, there's the three key components there of a gun. Range, which is a key component, obviously, and that goes by areas, depending on where you are on the spectrum of the chart. The material of the gun, which is also important, and what damage that gun does. That's the only 3 things you need about that gun. So if you take a look at weapons on page 42 there, and I think I have my book over here somewhere.
In the player's book?
Yeah, player's book. Yep.
Yep.
Let me just flip to that too, because I had it bookmarked and my book fell out.
Equipment and weapons. Because I want a flamethrower.
You'll see, sure. Of course you do. So, page 42. Here we go. Page 42 of my old, disgusting book with, wrinkles and creases from the 80s here.
Yeah, mine too.
So,
Mine looks the same as well.
I don't think they took good care of these books, right? I mean, it wasn't good material.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
so if you look at the book, say we're going to look at a cheap handgun, for example.
Sure.
You notice how the range and the price are a little bit odd. Like, range is feeble, but the price is 2. That really doesn't make sense. Well, maybe that's not that good of an example.
There must have been a errata. They might have got them switched around.
Yeah, basically what it is the price column and the range column were flipped by accident when they did these books, so... The range is going to be 2, and the price is going to be feeble, so...
Yeah, that's an errata, folks.
Yeah, that's all. No big deal. Alright, so that's out of the way. So, for this goo gun, we're going to take the applicable ranks. So that's going to be the range, the material, and the damage. Now, let's just say the material strength of this gun is going to be good. I put it in a good reason because, and if we look at material strengths, and I believe that's on page 17. We have to flip back for that one. That one is going to be brick, aluminum, light machinery pieces, asphalt, and high-strength plastics. I figure that should be enough to contain the damage of this gun, which is going to be excellent because it's only like a substance that once shot out of this tube of material good strength to hold it together becomes the deadly toxin.
Okay, so it's probably made out of aluminum or something like that.
Yeah, some material like that. Correct. It doesn't. Right. I don't really have to reason it exactly, just as long as it falls within that category.
Okay.
Now, the range I decided was poor, which is only one
area.
One area. If you look at page 66, yeah, page 66, of course. There
and also page 16 in the player's book has the ranges.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yep.
So it's just one area that this can, and then if you look, one area is really far in the game if you think about it. I don't.
Okay.
Offhand, isn't one area like one block of squares, Matt?
Yeah, it's
like one city block, right?
Right. Yeah, because if you look at like the ranks, shift 0 is touch.
Yeah.
So feeble, it actually has some distance to it. It just basically look at any of the maps in your box set. One of those squares is how much range you have. So you actually do have range, a decent range with it.
So you got your materials, you got the range. So how do you figure like damage or what makes it special?
Well, it's really more story than anything else. I mean, it's excellent damage based on the material that the gun is made of, the damage goo that the gun is made of. And that's something that they have to figure out. And as a GM, you could say it's an alien substance, or you could just say the material compound of whatever it was put together. Once it hits the air, it accelerates and becomes this excellent damage source that can melt the walls, for example, or melt the skin of people, or whatever.
Okay.
Think of
and
it.
That's something like.
I was thinking when I was building this, I was thinking the Ghostbusters gun from Part 2.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the mood slime guns.
Right, except it was it's just smaller and more compact. That's all.
Okay.
Which they think they did in the video game that recently came out.
So when it comes to effects of the weapon, and I guess to a greater extent any gadget you make, it's kind of a agreement between the judge and the player.
Well, yeah.
I guess.
If the player is building it, it has to be an agreement between the judge and the player. If the judge is building it, then it's just an agreement amongst themselves, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
just and keeping in like balance, not something over balanced like Excalibur, for example. You know.
okay, so now this is where it starts getting a little more complex. And I
Okay.
had to do this a couple times in my head to actually figure this out and look at it and go over it and look at it and go over it. So now you take the highest rank out of the three of them. That's the applicable rank that you base everything off of. So the damage
Okay.
was my highest rank of excellent, correct? We're all on the same
Okay.
page?
Right.
Then
Okay.
we,
Excellent. Yes.
then we look at everything else, which is material strength and the range. Okay. Is there anything within one rank of excellent?
Good. The good material.
Right.
Good.
Right. So the good rank is within one rank of the excellent applicable rank. That means you add a column shift to the price. Right now, we stand at excellent price because that's the highest rank, the applicable rank.
So it shift up to
Would shift up one excellent to
remarkable, right?
right. Right now,
Right.
we're standing at remarkable. Now,
Which
yeah.
okay. The one problem thing with this is you could actually make the power of it remarkable, and it would cost the same because you wouldn't get that column shift penalty.
Well, no.
See, he's already gaming it.
No, because if you're making the damage remarkable, that's the applicable rank now because it's the highest rank out of all of them. Don't forget.
Right, but however, if you're applying a column shift to excellent, it becomes remarkable.
Wait, you're not getting the highest applicable rank out of the three. So let's change it to what you did, Matt. We're doing damage remarkable. Are we changing
Right.
material strength at all?
No, leave
Okay.
everything the same. You could just make the power remarkable, and it costs the same as something with excellent
Right.
and good.
Yeah, you could do it that way too, but I was just trying to show how the column shifts work. So you're ruining,
Right.
you're ruining my
Right.
example, son.
No, this is what your players will do. If you do this and they
He's got
start
a
working
point.
through
That's
it,
what
they'll be
that's
like,
what players
why
will
don't I
do."
just make the highest remark, make that 2 rank gap because you get it for free.
And
Unless they're-
and that's what people do. That's how you get around the rules going forward. But I'm just trying to show you if you want to do a certain thing, this is how it works.
Right.
Because
So-
you're the judge and you can say what goes.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're at remarkable cost right now. Is there anything 2 ranks or lower? Yes, there's obviously the poor, but we ignore that since it's 2 ranks below the highest applicable rank. And then you could do what Matt said and kind of sneak it up to whatever level you want and just make everything 2 ranks below underneath. So if you know it's going to be remarkable, F it. Just make your damage remarkable and
Yeah.
make everything else good. And then you'd basically be remarkable. Then you'd have to roll on the resources column table to see if you get it. Now, to do that is also a complex issue in itself, but so your resources will say is what? Excellent. We'll just do a rank lower just for the heck of it. Is
Yeah, excellent resources. That sounds good.
But you have remarkable resources to do this, so you would need to roll and hit a yellow on your excellent just to get that to be able to have the money to pay for what you need to do.
Mhm.
Also,
So when you make this, there's still no guarantee that you're going to have it because of the price.
right. You're just
Okay.
gathering the stuff together. Like you're putting out a blueprint. You're like, oh, I need this, I need that, I need that. So basically, you're saying I need to get the money so I can get this, and that. Unless you steal it, but
Oh, I see. So
Right.
you might not be able to find the materials to even make it in the first place.
you can go do loans and things like that and overextend yourself. And there's ways to do that in the rules, but that's for another completely different show. So,
Yeah.
Finances.
but we're not done yet.
Oh,
Because not only do you have to roll for the resources, now you have to roll under reason to see if you're able to put this together.
oh, jeez.
So let's say your reason is good, and you have that remarkable again. Well, you're going to have to get in the red area just to even be able to build it. And that's what? 98, 99, and 100. And then once it starts getting above those 2 column shifts, it'd be almost impossible to even get it because you'd have to roll a perfect 100 to even try to get it if that's what your DM rules. So,
Go.
and
Oh,
then
what?
what?
Whoa, you're like blinked out there for a moment.
Oh, I don't know.
Yep. We thought your gadget misfunctioned.
Your
Like,
gadget misfired and you froze. We're like, and then, and yeah, you froze it looking now. I'm like, oh my God, he failed his ranks.
Yeah, right. But then there's also the how many days it takes, and that's also the same rank. So remarkable, it'd be 30 days to build this item. So
Okay.
Yeah. But then if you build it piecemeal instead of all at once, the math doesn't work out the same. You can
no, and that's really weird because there's a way to get around everything in the game by the rules. So
Yeah.
let's say you want to break it down like Matt's saying. Okay, remarkable. Say you don't have the resources, you don't have the resources, you don't have the reason, and you don't have the time. So let's break
So you're
it down.
trying to stretch it out.
Let's break it down. So you're getting the material strength with parts to build the gun, which is good. So all you have to do is roll the good reason, the good resources, and it only takes 10 days. All right. Now the damage. Well, we can kind of word that however we want, but let's just go with you blah 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 the damage. And now it's going to take you another, what is that, 20? Yeah. Another 20 days, a 20 column roll, a 20 column resource roll. Maybe you can do that. So that's now 30. Right? Are we on the same page here? That's now 30. So now we're at the remarkable rank, but we still have the range poor, which, well, however you're building the last piece of it, and that's pretty much a given, and that's an extra 4 days. So you're taking 34 days to do this.
So what we originally said of what, 30?
Yeah.
So you're just adding really an additional 4 days.
4 days, but it's a lot easier to make all those instead of those checks.
Yeah.
Because instead of having to make 30, you're making 10. You're making a good. You're making a good.
Mm-hmm.
You're making a feeble.
See, he's thinking about what your players would do. Possibly.
For a 4 day difference. So take
Yeah.
your time, and it becomes a lot easier.
That's what my players would do too.
Now, so let's move on to something else. Another example, I started making up one of the characters in the group. He's called the Metal Adder in my game, which is a weird name, and he got nicknamed it by accident by the news because the news is just dumb in Dallas. So I decided they called him the Metal Adder, and he's like, I'm not a metal snake. Well, apparently you are a metal snake, buddy. So he wanted to build a suit. He wanted to do something like, oh man, I can't think of the superhero's name. The one that has the metal suit and he has the whips that he can extract out of his arm.
Backlash.
Backlash, yes.
Thank you. He wanted to do something like Backlash. So while we were doing that, I decided to design him another suit because I couldn't figure out quite how to do it at the time. And he actually liked this a lot better in the end. So he wanted a harness suit because if you try to build Iron Man's suit, you might as well
Good
have...
luck.
Yeah, good luck because I figured it out and I was talking to Matt about this last week. You'd need like Shift Z to even get the resources to build this thing. Because that's
Right.
how it
Get out of
calculates
town,
out.
really.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hence why Tony Stark built it piecemeal, and he started with the
Yeah.
original tin armor and upgraded it as opposed to building it all at once.
As when he was a POW in Vietnam.
So, this harness suit, we decided that he was going to bump up his strength and his endurance. So he's going to bump up his strength by 1 column shift with a maximum of remarkable 30. He's going to bump up his endurance 1 column shift with a maximum of 30, which also means that anybody can wear this suit, but the suit is designed for him specifically. So, like, if Thor threw this suit on, he'd be like, this does nothing for me. And he'd just, break it piece by piece off of him. Because, Thor's unearthly, I think, or monstrous, or somewhere around there?
Yeah, monstrous.
So, if you're...
Godly.
Yeah. If your strength is over the maximum, these suits will do nothing for you whatsoever.
Right.
For powers, now this is where the material strength will come into it, the armor type will come into it, and the ability that you want. Okay, so the material strength is going to be typical. I wanted to give him enough so that he could take a punch, he could take a bullet shot from the police or something. Just the material was strong enough to withstand the impact of various things. Not the defense whatsoever, just the impact of the blow. Typical. We decided, we looked it up in the book. Okay, that works. Material strengths. Okay, typical's good. I mean, a car can go flying into you with that, and you'll still be fine as far as your material.
You're sort of like Kick-Ass in a way. You can take those blows.
Kind of,
right?
Yes, kind of. Now, for armor, we went with typical because we kind of ran out of money. So at this point, typical is good enough. I mean, it deflects the
Ran out of funds.
It deflects the common bullets. It deflects most things somewhat. Enough that it protects him, that he can, bounce off some damage, but still take some damage, and then, get out of there if he needs to. Finally, he did the Thunder Punch, is his power. So when there's this metallic thing that goes across his arm, up into his shoulder, into a little battery pack on his back. So when he punches someone, it explodes with this force of might, and you're like a thunder crack through the air. He decided that was going to be excellent 20. So we'll go back to the formula, applicable rank. So the top applicable rank is remarkable. Okay. Is there anything, I forgot to add this the last time, but now I'm going to add it this time. Is there anything equal to that rank? Yes, another remarkable. That's 2 column shifts up.
That goes up to amazing.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, right then and there. It's equal to, so remarkable. So he's got a column shift from remarkable to, amazing?
The 2 column shift up is to amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
To amazing. Is there anything within one rank of that top rank? Yeah, there's an excellent 20, so that's now up to monstrous. Anything within 2 ranks, the typicals, we ignore it. So we got that monstrous there. We're like, And his resources are sitting way down there at excellent right now. But he has a good reason of incredible. I did that. A good reason.
So that might
incredible.
help compensate that.
Right. So he looked at we looked at this a couple times, and he was just like, I'm not going to be able to do this. So what we did was we did like Matt and I discussed. We piecemealed it. So he did it piece by piece over time. So he got the materials together. He built it. He fortified the armor. He got the power source, attached it. So now we're up to the 2/6 typicals. Now we're up to the excellent. After he put that together, then he put the computer chips in to enhance his strength and endurance. Those are those 2 rolls. So basically, he never paid anything over remarkable, or rolled anything above remarkable for that entire suit that he made up, or harness, I should say.
And remarkable's like pretty much right in the middle of the whole chart.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to go. Wow.
That's the reason why we picked remarkable, because it was easy enough to do.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the examples that I have for building. I know there's a whole Wazamadoo in the Doctor Doom box set, I believe, for gadget building, but I think it's somewhat similar, but I didn't have a grasp of that one, so I kind of went with what I understood right away for what my game is and what for this podcast, because not everyone's going to have the Doctor Doom box set. Yeah, you can go download it, but
right.
Every time
download it now.
Yeah, go download it now. No. Every time I reference that box set, most people are like, no, just use the advanced rules set. So I figured I'd focus the podcast with you guys on the advanced rules set. What do you guys think?
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me on how it works. You just got to make sure when you get to creating whatever gadget you're going to make, just track carefully where the column shifts are going to happen. Because you could easily lose track of stuff like that, I think, because there's a lot of shifting around of, you got your materials and resources, and they could shift up one, they could maybe shift down. So I think it seems like that's key, is keeping track of that.
Also something to watch out for, the way it's set up. Say you wanted a device that had the equivalent of multiple powers. Maybe you wanted a gun that shot fire and ice. But what you do is you have one rank like 30 in it, the other down at good. So you have like one power's remarkable and everything else is good. The way that's set up, you could lump like 20 different things and it doesn't count against you.
You could, theoretically.
So this is where using reason and just because you can, because theoretically you could throw every power in the Ultimate Powers book in it at a typical if only one of them was an excellent.
Well, I think that's where, as a judge, you got to step in and put a
Right.
limit to things.
Exactly.
You know?
So yeah, you can't just go rules as written, because the rules as written make sense if you apply reason to them, not if you just,
All right.
hey, I can throw as much as I want. No, it
Well, yeah,
doesn't work
so-
like that.
Like you said, you had those powers in the Ultimate Powers book. You want to put them in like a gadget or something. There still is there's still a chance that it's not going to work. You know, you're not,
Right.
might be able to make it, or so. But again, that's where, as a judge, you got to put limits to certain things where it gets out of control. So,
Right. And that's really what a lot of this game is. It's just the players and the judge working together to play. Because if you go with the rules as written, you can kind of abuse some of the stuff. I mean, if you've read Ultimate Powers, yeah, you can.
So, I got a question when it comes to like gadgets or like special equipment. So, like, if you wanted to incorporate some powers out of the regular rule book or whatever, how would you go about that as far as like determining how powerful that is, if you can even do it? You know what I mean? So if you're going to make a gadget, like if you want to have a gadget that allows telekinesis, okay, how would that work as far as making that power in there? Is it just like anything else as far as making a gadget like that, like your goop gun?
It's basically whatever you and the GM or the judge agree with. I mean,
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Right.
'Cause-
Yeah,
it's book.
I would see it as
very
just
big
subbing out.
guidelines. That's all.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I would see it as just, instead of damage, you have that power rank of whatever ability you're trying to mimic. And so, therefore, if you want telekinesis at an excellent, you get it at an excellent. And it costs you
Yep.
20. The same as if you made a weapon that shoots someone for 20.
Okay, that makes
So,
sense.
Maybe look at Magneto's helmet, for example, for that. What material strengths, what basics, what applicable ranks would you use on that?
Okay,
might be a
that
good
makes sense.
example.
Okay,
Because you could build, because I know one of my friends was talking about building like a headband to go around his head to protect him against the mind control person in the group, which I have to figure out how to do that next.
Okay.
But I don't know if he has the reason to do that, because I think his reason's only like typical. So,
wow.
but the group also is in the process of researching something called a robot assistant, which can basically build stuff for you,
Oh boy,
like a Jarvis type thing in your.
I was just thinking like,
Right.
or like that stupid little, what was that robot? in the
Herbie?
Herbie.
Herbie.
Remember that from the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four cartoon?
Or like the robot in the new Lost in Space on Netflix.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
You may want to watch it. It's actually very good.
I heard it's very good. Yes. Okay.
I binge watched all 10 episodes in a row.
Oh, binge watch.
I feel shame.
No, don't be shamed by that. Binge watching, everybody does it.
So those are your examples of how to do it, how to build a gadget, and what you can do. Basically, first base it off something else. If you can't find something else, just build it with your GM, however you want. Add whatever you want to it. Just
Right.
find something similar. That's how you base it off of. If it's something that's not, like a headband or like a helmet, think of the applicable ranks you're going to need. Well, you're going to need the strength material, at least. You're going to need some type of armor protection, maybe, and you're going to
Right.
want some type of power / ability, and each one of those is individual, so you're going to add your FASERIP in there somewhere. And that's the way the cookie crumbled.
A gadget cookie.
Yeah, one that makes cookies.
Mm,
So with that
those are
said,
the best game.
if you have any questions or comments, please do leave us a comment here on YouTube or via our email, Matt.
It is bullpen@classicfacerip.com.
Excellent day. So why don't we head
Yeah.
into our email bag or our bullpen area?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and we do have emails.
I was walking over to the email. Never mind.
Yeah.
From our buddy too.
Yeah. Yep. We got email from Steven. We also got an email in from Tim here. He was, when we were talking about villains, he was surprised we actually didn't mention the Sentinels from the Nightmares of Futures Past
Yeah.
modules. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and he said those are some wicked bad guys. Have any of us ran or played that campaign setting? I have them. Haven't played them, but I do have them.
I have the modules like, gosh, was it? Isn't one called Reap the Whirlwind?
And, there is a Days of Futures Past, or
I think that's the first one. I only had the
Yes.
second and third one. I could never find the first one when I had them. But yeah, they stat out all the different versions of the Sentinels, including Nimrod.
Right. Yes, the Alphas, the Omegas, Nimrod. But yeah, those are definitely some villains. As if you're going for that type of feel, definitely use them. Because
Oh my gosh, yeah.
yeah, and that's the thing with those modules. There was a lot of characters and villains that were included in those modules that weren't included in anything else.
Right.
It was like if you wanted Sabretooth in your basic game, you had to get him out of one of the modules.
Mhm.
So
Isn't there a Sentinel version that's like a it looks like a regular human? Wasn't that? I thought
there is in the comics. I'm blanking on her name. I have the picture. She's kind of got the one cannon arm. But yeah, there is that form of Sentinel.
They pose as like human beings so they can root out mutants. If I do remember that.
Right. So yeah, there's lots of different ways to use those. We have a cat making an appearance here, and then we also have an email here from Steven. Wrote in.
Our buddy.
Yep, our buddy. He went ahead and he actually statted out the A-Team and Knight Rider.
Yes.
Yes.
Michael Knight. The Knight Rider.
Yes, and that is if you want to do your 80s action, like
And
the guy.
Kit.
Yes, and Kit. So you got the stats for Kit here. I could also see you trying to stat out like a MacGyver.
Oh yeah.
MacGyver would. Oh yeah, he would have to have some sort of skills to give him a bonus just to create gadgets out of like junk. So,
How about statting Charles from Charles in Charge?
oh,
Scott Mayo. No.
That is actually very weird because yesterday me and my wife were actually having a conversation about the theme song to Charles in Charge.
Did you see another thing that's coming back from the 80s that would be good to stat out?
No.
Cobra Kai.
Oh yes.
Stat out
The Karate Kid.
Karate Kid.
Yeah.
That
Yes, you
show's
could,
going to be amazing.
yeah, you could use this system for your kung fu action flick. I
Yep.
could see that.
Yep.
Throwing a little Iron Fist and yeah, you can actually have some fun with that.
Yeah, I love these statting out the A-Team. That would be so great to throw in a campaign, the A-Team. It would be so much fun. But I could see these characters from the 80s in a Marvel superheroes game. It would not be hard to do, you know?
No,
If you-
I mean,
If you're going for like the low power campaign, these guys would fit.
right. I mean, if you think of just the crazy crossovers they did back then, they had Transformers and they had G.I. Joe running around.
Oh my god.
So therefore, anything from that, go for it. I mean, it actually in a weird way works. Like if you wanted to put in Mask, if anyone remembers that cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mask.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, if you could really go just all 80s nostalgia with this, if you wanted
GoBots.
to. GoBots.
The Transformers ripoff.
Right. And then he also goes in an email bringing up some of the Easter eggs from the Silver Age module supplement from the Facebook group we talked about.
Really?
Like when it comes to the ads, like the rubber mask in it were offered by Quentin Beck. The Master of Kung Fu is Shang-Chi instead of Bruce Lee.
Yes.
Yeah, the wanted poster is for the Hulk taken from the pilot of the TV show.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's just all of those little things in there. And then, like, the ad for the Amazing Spider-Man looks like it was straight out of TV Guide from back
Yeah,
then.
they did such a great job of putting that Silver Age supplement together.
Right.
It looked so like authentic from the time.
Yeah.
It was pretty impressive.
Right. So definitely go to the Facebook page, the Unofficial Canon Project, and check it out. I mean, I know we've said it before. They did a great job on that. So yeah, give it a look. It's
Well,
fun.
here's when the Tomb of Dracula, the soil from it.
Yeah.
The Tomb of Dracula ad had soil offered by Harold H. Harold. He was a pulp writer back in the day, appeared in the comic itself and actually helped Frank Drake and Rachel Van Helsing resurrect Dracula to fight Dr. Sun. There is some real like esoteric like references there.
Right, or the pet raccoon that you could get actually is referencing Rocket Raccoon.
Raccoon. Yeah.
Yeah. And the location of Man.
And I need that guy's leg. It's important to me.
Yeah. So, and then also he brings up that the article from Dragon 197 that it has been included in the Golden Age source book as well from the Unofficial Canon Project.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's working on just cleaning up and correcting it. And so he's just doing a little work on that. So, and then we had that whole discussion on Karma about Vince's villain again.
Yeah,
right?
And how that all plays out.
Right. So he talks about just in the rules how Karma's lost and goes into that. So you could just kind of read that.
We do have a question in our chat by T. Watts. How is it possible that Iron Man can afford his suit? We kind of went over that. He basically built it piece by piece using the rules that we talked about.
Right.
Building it piece by piece, which he did. Piece by piece, he built it in that cave. If you saw the movies. I mean, I forget how he did it in the comics. I'm sure it was similar. It's been a while since I read Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Man in the original, back in the day, was, I believe, Tony Stark got captured by the Viet Cong. He was in Vietnam, and he built the suit out of stuffed materials when he was in, when he was a POW.
Right. It was like the scrap materials he found, so he didn't even have to make a resource. It was kind of already there, and he just salvaged what he could out. So it'd be one of those instances where you asked your judge, hey, what do I have at my availability right now? And he's like, well, you have typical strength, this and that. Look at the stats for the original Iron Man suit and the powers. Compare it.
Mark I?
Yeah, the Mark I. Compare the Mark I to the current suit and see the difference.
I think that is statted out in the weapons locker book. The Mark I is in there, I think.
But
I would have to look, but I'm
now,
pretty sure it is.
At this point, he can afford it because what is he working for? He's a billionaire for one.
Yeah.
He has S.H.I.E.L.D. behind him for technology and resources, the government, everything like that. So he has unlimited resources to build those wonderful, wacky suits he has now.
Right.
But to get around it, because we did stat up that Iron Man suit, did it piece by piece, and saw that it was like shift. What did we say? Shift Z or whatever.
Yeah, it was a Shift Z.
It was to the end of the chart, pretty much. So, which is basically impossible for anyone. Most billionaires at that. So, how can you get around it? Build it piece by piece. That way, you only have to roll on that certain column, piece by piece by piece.
Right. Yeah, because when he goes to construct a suit, he probably doesn't build it all in one sitting. He works on a suit for a little bit, goes fight some Skrull or whatever, comes back, works on the next part,
goes out to dinner with Pepper Potts.
Yeah. Yeah, goes into rehab.
Has
a heart attack, comes back, works on it some more.
Yeah.
So that's how he builds his suits. He doesn't do it all in one sitting. And actually, that's probably how Doom built his suit. No one just sat down and built their super weapon.
No, Doom sits and talks to himself in third person, of course.
No, if you see any cartoon from the 80s, the 90s, even maybe some current ones, G.I. Joe, for example, Cobra, they never built it right out. Piece by piece, they stole it and built it, correct? I mean,
right. They didn't build Serpentor all at once.
No,
they had to go and collect all the DNAs.
Did Destro build everything all at once? No, but he put a self-destruct button on every one of them.
Yeah.
Why? I have no idea.
What Matt was saying there, like,
Serpentor?
you could use the rules to like for genetic experiments too. You know, if you're think about it, making your gadget is some sort of creature.
Yes. Oh, well, I would say if you could do that, like if you wanted to build your autonomon, just stat it out, but instead of having just you'd have your material strength, but then you would also have your FASERIP thrown in there in addition to so yeah, you could even do that.
Yeah, you could.
So if you wanted to build your Doombots, that's how you do it, and have them have some sort of sentience to them.
Or how you make your monster out of a test tube.
Yeah.
That's how you would do it, maybe.
Right. Yeah. So if you wanted to be Mr. Sinister and conduct your experiments,
of course.
Yes.
And that's how it's done.
Yeah.
Right. It's amazing when you really go to the rules. The rules, when you first read them, you're like, these are a little wonky, but they really do cover everything.
They do.
They're very open-ended to the point that it looks complex, but it's really not. Like you said, break it down piece by piece, go over it, reference back and forth. Once you do it once, twice, 3 times, it's easy.
And I think also a key for that is if you have a judge who's careful enough to not let things get out of control as far as how things are created for characters and gadgets and what have you. You keep it within reason. So, so you don't have things that are, they're not going to be cakewalks for your superheroes.
Right. You don't necessarily want to build the Swiss Army knife power suit that has like 30,000 powers all at feeble.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, Antonio here says genetic engineering as a gadget. Awesome. Yeah. Why not?
That would actually be something for like a villain. They like kidnap people, put them through their little thing to see if they give them powers.
Mm-hmm.
So and they do it at like
Nanobots.
You got your nano. Right.
There's something that can give the Iron Man run for his money. You make a character a villain who uses nanobots,
like Big Hero 6 nanobots.
No, I'm thinking like the little nanobots, like I don't know. They're nanobots, nanites,
Okay. Yeah. Well, they had the nanobots in Big Hero 6 that the villain used to basically build anything.
Yeah, pretty much, kind of like that, but smaller, microscopic, or close to it.
Yes.
Make nanites.
Antonio was asking, do I think gadgeteering is easier than advancing powers? Hell yeah.
Yeah. Build everything. You don't have it innate. Just make it as an object. If it breaks, you could probably build another one easier than you could advance your power a point if you're using like the advancement.
And that's why Iron Man could take on Thor for the most part.
Right. Because
he was always improving his stuff.
Right. Because he can always upgrade. You can't upgrade.
Thor can't upgrade.
No.
We don't know he can.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah, it's not like you could construct Mjolnir. So you can like dual wield hammers.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's. The more I'm thinking about it, now I'm having visions of like being captured into like the genetic engineering pod. They roll the power, it succeeds. So then you go to the random power table, roll that, and that's what you get at that rank of whatever device it has.
I just love the idea. I don't know why it stick with me, but the idea of a villain who's a mastermind and he uses little robots and nanites and everything to do all of his stuff. I think that's a great villain.
So
He just sits back and controls everything as opposed to actually doing anything.
Yes,
You have to
yeah.
trace-
He's like the Dr. Evil, but with nanobots and little robots and things.
Are you describing Despicable Me?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
you
my
kind of
God,
are.
it is him.
Okay, so now we need
But
to
he
stat
has
out.
his minions are not mechanical; they're genetically engineered. But
Here,
yeah, that's kind of from Despicable Me.
yeah. Okay, so now we have to stat out Gru.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yes, Gru, his giant freeze gun, and the car, and that actually has lots of gadgets, and especially
Right.
if you go Despicable Me 3 with that villain and all the bubble gum and
I didn't
yeah.
see it yet. I didn't get to see it all the way.
Yeah, it goes for a lot of 80s nostalgia with the guy with the mullet and on the
Mhm.
boat looking
Well,
like
so
Miami
Steven,
Vice.
we have homework for you. Stat out the characters from Despicable Me.
Bonus points if you
Me-
sat out the
Vince
girl.
is falling out of his chair because he's like, "Oh my god," because he knows he's going to do it.
And then there's also the villain Scarlet Overkill in her rocket dress that she flies with.
You
Yeah.
know, well, now I'm thinking about statting out The Incredibles.
Yeah,
That movie's coming out in June.
yeah,
The Incredibles 2.
yeah,
Electric Boogaloo.
So
yeah.
T. Watts wants to know: is Dark Hawk's amulet considered a gadget built?
Oh yeah, Darkhawk. I forgot about that character.
Yeah, I would say that would be more like how Moon Knight got his thing.
It just kind of found it, inherited sort of thing.
Right, it's like
guess.
you don't build the Green Lantern like you don't build the Green Lantern ring.
Yeah, because it wasn't Darkhawks. It's like it's an alien. Why do I think it's like some gem or something, right? From another world. It's something alien, if I recall.
Something alien.
Yes. Something dark side.
I'm not familiar with the character, so I can't really comment on it.
Yeah, I remember him from the 90s. Someone help me out with that. So
Yeah, because he just randomly found a mysterious amulet when and at an abandoned amusement park because he was witnessing it. He witnessed his father accept the bribe from who was a cop from a crime boss, and then he discovered a mysterious amulet that allowed him to switch places with a powerful android that his mind controlled.
yeah. Antonio again says, so using genetic engineering as a gadget, we found a way around expending karma. Oops.
Yeah, and this is where you need to use reasonability and be like, no. Yeah, the rules really require the judge to kind of rein things in from just getting silly.
Well, you can
But
get
what-
yourself a full suit as a tech hero right off the bat. I
Right.
mean,
Sure. Right.
Yeah.
Or like you're saying, like a cyborg. What kind of characters are like cyborgs? Well, you got Forge. He's kind of a cyborg. He's got some cybernetic implants. Who
Right.
else? It's like
what's
a-
oh, can't think of the dude's name.
Besides Cyborg himself from DC.
Oh, there's Deathlock, who's kind of like a,
Right. Deathlock.
Deathlock. That's the dude I was thinking of from.
Yeah,
he's
he's
on Agents
cool.
of Shield right now.
Yeah. He's an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. He's
Yeah.
freelancing.
right. It's kind of like how Punisher has the War Machine armor for some reason in the comics right now.
He does?
Yes, and he's running around punching everybody because he doesn't realize how to disengage the safety mechanisms.
Yes.
I'm just picturing Punisher and War Machine armor, and immediately I thought, awesome.
Yeah.
Punisher doesn't
But-
read safety manuals or the operating manual. He's
He
like,
can't operate any of the weapons. He could just punch people. That's it.
That's all he was doing. He was just running and punching people until he figured out how to disengage them, and then he was just like, oh.
oh, now he
This
can do
worked
real
too.
stuff. Yeah.
I like that. Punisher and oh my gosh, that's so cool.
So do we have any more emails, Matt?
Yep. And then we got more emails because Steven also was just writing in and he talking about like he said for Vince it's like villain campaign. Check out the Gulf Coast Avengers book on classic Marvel Forever.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, something to throw in since you're basing them out of Texas.
Yeah.
The Gulf Coast.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to every
So-
Texan out there.
Yeah. Then it was like he just goes into more of like the backstory because his campaign, if you go into it, it's got a lot to it. Like there's a whole mirror universe backstory for one of his characters that had the mirror universe counterpart led the Lords of Chaos biker gang. And then he was talking about, he also says he like binge watched like the Marvel Universe connections with like Agent Carter, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Netflix show. So you could look at that and link it to some other shows as well, like how like in NBC they had Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, Chicago PD,
Yeah.
all tied together, and you have your Law and Orders.
Well,
So
that all ties into St. Elsewhere back in the 80s. And
right,
that,
Hill Street Blues, and
what was it? That whole universe is in the kid's mind. No, it's just a
Right.
kid's mind thing.
yeah. So it's like when you look into the shared universes, you can kind of pick like which universe you're going with, because the Netflix universe is a little different than the Marvel universe, the movie universe, and then
Right.
you got. Hey, then at that point you have which freaking universe are you going in from the comics? Do you want the one from the 80s? Do you want the current
Yeah.
reboot? Do you want something else? So
Right.
yeah, and then everything on CW is linked. All those DC things. They have the shared universe thing going on.
Except for Black
But-
Lightning.
Yes, except for Black Lightning, which is and then
Lightning-verse.
the DC movie universe is its own thing, which can stay in its own thing because it's,
Yeah, because it's a mess.
the DC movie universe reminds me of, hey, this is the 90s version because it's all dark and
Right. Mysterious.
Well, that's-
You know, which is funny because I really enjoyed the Wonder Woman movie. That was good. And
Justice
was-
League was good. Come on.
Justice League was good. It wasn't
Yeah.
great.
Right. It's just if you compare the DC universe to the Marvel universe, the movie universe is DC's so much darker and brooding,
Yeah.
which in reality the comics
I think
of
he's
Marvel
putting a
are
hint
more
here. It's
Yeah.
good.
I was-
It's
I
good
was-
ranked.
I was pointing at a
Yes.
good rank on the chart.
Sort of like the Batman versus Superman is typical, but when you watch the director's cut, it's actually excellent. If you've seen that. Actually, the director's cut of that is pretty damn good.
I'm looking
Anyway.
forward to.
Right.
I'm looking forward to the Batman. So
The Batman.
without Ben Affleck. So
Oh.
yeah, it looks like it might
so-
be Jake Gyllenhaal, but who knows?
Yeah. So Daredevil's no longer Batman. Or the Phantom's no longer Batman.
Hmm.
He was the bomb in that yo.
I knew you were going there.
Oh, man.
You saw it coming a mile away, and it still got you.
No,
Can you reach
knew
to
it.
the internet and punch him?
No,
Well, he could build a gadget that does that. I'm not sure what the rank of it would be, but he could build it.
no, I could
It
just,
better be amazing. That's all I can
I could
say.
just do that and clear him out of the feed. No, I'm just kidding. He's back.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so you're deleting me, Woken Matt? delete.
Delete.
Deletion. So silly.
Yes. Then he also wrote in that if you go into the Ultimate Powers book, it does not have the entirety of the original campaign book's power groups. The unique weapons offered in the Ultimate Addendum articles and the Alter Ego and the Advanced set and the Ultimate Powers. So, and then because if you go on Classic Marvel Forever, their version of the Ultimate Powers book has all the errata
Yeah, it
and
does.
the corrections. So
It
it's
does.
almost a preferred version of it compared
That's
to
why I have that one downloaded.
right. And then he actually gives an addendum if you want to include all of like the unique weapons and or intelligent weapons, sidekicks, alter ego, and to incorporate that into your Ultimate Powers book.
Mm-hmm.
So it has like your ultimate unique weapon, like if you got your Captain America's shield or Thor's hammer, and then he goes into just basically fleshing that whole thing out. I mean, it's a little lengthy here, and I don't really think reading the rules, but so maybe we can go.
We
ahead.
can post that maybe?
Yes,
That
post
portion out there? What do you
Yeah.
think, Vince?
No,
Okay. Moving on.
I don't see why not. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, it's just further modified,
yeah.
cleaning out. You'll discover a lot of what goes on in the community is just evolving the rule set. There's not
Well,
because
And also the wealth of ideas that just come out of the communities is amazing.
right, and yeah. And what you'll discover is just keeping track of all of that. It becomes almost a little overwhelming. So you kind of have to pick and choose what you're going to use. That. So, I mean, there's just so much out there. So much can be done. But if you try to do it all, you're doing too much. So,
I think, is that pretty much everything on
that pretty much will cover it for our emails today. So if you want to add in, write us at bullpen@classicfaserip.com, and we too can read your emails. So please write in, because we always love hearing from the community, and especially if you decide to like stat out Charles in charge and who's the boss.
And the Despicable Me minions.
Yes, we need the minions.
I want the Incredibles statted out. That's what I want. Why not? That would be amazing, dude.
And then we could have them do battle with the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
No. Okay.
Yes. Yes. There's a secret meeting here. Yes.
That's a definite no.
All right. Well, we're out of emails.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well, with that said, I think we're going to take off for the evening. I'm going to say this is DJ Vinsanity along with the Woken Matt Hardy and and Military
Brother
Man
Nero.
Nick. Yes, Brother Nero Nick.
King Max.
Ooh. Delete! Good night, everybody.
If you'll excuse me, I
am
George Washington.
the bureaucrat.